Hi,
Hi,
are we live?
we are.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Ashley.
This is So Crafty with Ashley and Lisa, episode 17.
Yes.
So, like, subscribe, whatever you do.
I think we got some new subscribers. I
Yay.
joined a Be Love and Stitches membership. So hi to everyone out there that's watching. I think I saw a couple people liked my post on there. So
Cool.
maybe we'll get some new viewers from all over.
That's awesome. That head between us is really bugging me right
Yes.
there. This. My grandson was here, and I'm like hyper focused on the blank mannequin head.
There we go.
He was rolling it around like he was at a Renaissance fair or something the other day. He's one, but yeah, we were playing kick the head. So I was like, ooh, that is not our Anyhow, we digress. Anyhow, so today is Thursday. It's Thursday evening. We normally podcast earlier in the day, just didn't work.
Yeah.
Ashley had stuff with her little boy, and then I had my grandkids. Then I had a sock knitting lesson. So here we are.
Yes.
What?
So
Almost 6 o'clock
yeah.
Eastern time. So, what are you wearing?
I have my Mia tank by Jennifer Wood, and I don't remember exactly. It's a bamboo cotton yarn I think I got it from Amazon. Has the little picket edge that always rolls, but it was warm today, so
That was beautiful.
something.
I have no idea what I'm wearing. None. It's cute though. I looked back through my Ravelry. No recollection. I was just talking about that with the customer. Sometimes when I make a project, when it's done, it like clears the memory banks. Like some are notable, or I wear it. I don't wear this very often. It's a cotton yarn.
Yeah.
I don't know what the yarn is. I don't know what the pattern is, but it's just kind of a boxy, oversized, which is what I like.
Yeah.
I really kind of like boxy, oversized. Just put it over a tank top and go. But I have no idea what it is. Sorry, folks. Probably really bad to wear on a podcast when you don't know what you're doing, but you know,
It's nice though.
I could find something similar if you want to make one.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go into finished objects. Do you have anything
I
finished?
don't have anything finished.
I have one. This is the Park View hat. So it is heritage sock and a mohair held together. This pattern is by Tracy Miller of the Grocery Girls, and it is super cute. The top's cute. It has like the decrease is fun.
Oh, that's cute.
And it takes one skein, less than one skein. I probably could do another hat and less than a skein of mohair. So it's like a two skein. I'm sure you could do it with like a DK yarn and not hold the fingering and the mohair together, but it is so soft.
It looks soft.
It
has
is
that nice
so
halo.
soft. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So that is the Park View hat. I have kits made up here at the shop. I mean, a kit is, a mohair and a sock yarn, but, and the pattern's available on Ravelry. Only finished object. So we go into whips.
Yes.
How many do you have?
So
I only have two.
I have 3, but I haven't really made much progress.
Yeah, I only have two. So go ahead. Go ahead.
This I am hoping this will be finished sooner than later. My Twisted Tea again from Brianna, the Little Wolf Knits. I don't want to lose my stitches. And
That's cute.
I finished. I don't think I had it. I think I was still working on the arm last time, so I did one arm just because I needed something to break it up. The color is Little Wolf Knits Sunfish. It's Christmas at number 12, which is one of the Harry Potter colorways. And then this is a Blue Moon Fiber Deep Unrelenting Gray that I've had in my stash for forever. It was nice because they were big skeins. I think they were 150 grams.
Okay.
So I just recently, maybe an inch or so, got into my second skein.
Good. You have lots.
Yes. So that is, I believe, looking back, I think I'm doing a size 48. But then I started adjusting because I was like, oh, I'm worried this is going to be too big. So I'm somewhere between the 44 and 48 in with counts. I was here last time, so I did maybe an inch, and I think I need, I tried it on here the other day. I probably need about another 3 or 4 inches before I start the ribbing.
Yep.
But I love this. I don't know, will it show up there? This kind of little raglan increase, and then it does come down.
And is that twisted rib for your,
Yes, it's a twisted rib, and
Yep.
then that kind of comes down on the side too.
cute?
So I'm excited, and I'm gonna do the shorts also, and those need to be done for summer.
Okay, you better get cracking.
I know.
All right, well, my big whip is the Shandy
I'm
sweater
so excited about this.
by Thea Coleman. So there's a group of us, I don't know how many of us, I'm gonna say 5, that decided to do a Dayton sweater, Pennsylvania is having its first like sheep and wool festival, similar to Rhinebeck, Maryland. And, they do the Rhinebeck sweater, so we decided, little group of us, to do the Dayton sweater. So it is a cardigan. I have finished the body. I have finished one shoulder. The pattern told you to do the middle of the back and then do this, but I have this in my head, like how to do what I'm doing on the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm switching it up. I'm gonna do the left shoulder and then I'll go back and do the middle.
Okay.
Because like I did,
Are there more cables throughout?
yes, so
Okay.
you have to continue in pattern like up to the top. Can you see there?
Mm-hmm.
So like it was just this little bit that I didn't do the cables. And this is my method. I know. I don't know if this is backwards when you guys see it or not, but like I have right front, how many rows I did. I have left. Now this is where I'm going to start left. And then over here it's like a 10-row repeat.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm doing what they say here, I'm also keeping track of which repeat I'm on.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, but yes. So, but this is my method. So now I will go back at a different color pen and keep track so that it matches,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't screw it up. But it has a ton of mistakes. I could point them out for you, but I'm not going to.
And no
'Cause
one's gonna notice.
No one's gonna notice. This is really my first big cabled project. Like I've done hats, I've done, I don't know, maybe a mitt or something, but like the center back is really pretty.
Yes.
So there's a cable here, then there's kind of another motif. I call it like the umbrella or the feather. And then there's cables in the middle, the feather again, and then more cables. And I'm going to love it when it's done. Oh, and I did longer. At least 3 or 4 inches longer than what the pattern said. The pattern's pretty cropped.
Okay.
And I knew I wanted a cardigan longer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be October when the festival is. It could be 100 degrees. It could be snowing. Who knows?
Very true.
So that's why we kind of decided to do a cardigan so we can take it off or on or layer. But that has been my main. I put it down for a couple weeks to get some like show samples done. And when I picked it back up, I screwed it up royally and had to have help fixing it. So I'm not putting it down. I am going to finish this. It may be finished by next podcast
That'll be
because that
exciting.
is my main.
Are there cables on the sleeves?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that should
I
be
was
a nice
kind of
break.
looking. It
No.
doesn't look like there's cables on. There's not a great
The whole picture. Of it.
photo, but it doesn't look like.
Okay, so that'll be nice. Just like
There is a button band. There is a collar. I'm not even sure how the sleeves are worked. If you pick them up, I don't know,
Okay. Hmm.
but may have lost the page with the sleeves. No, it's here somewhere. They're not in order because the charts.
Arm.
Yeah, begin sleeves. Yeah, pick up, and then you do kind of a short row cap shaping for your shoulder. And then I think Bob's your uncle, you do
Just round and round.
round and round.
There you go.
So those will go fast
Yeah.
because you'll have a lot less stitches you're dealing with, And this is back and forth, so there's quite a bit of purling.
Yeah. I don't love to curl.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a necessary.
It is.
So, all right, what do you have next?
All right. Well, I will do my muscle bra. By Ysolda Teague. This is just been my like sit on my desk and knit whenever I'm need a minute. It is Uptown Worsted Spirit Stripes
No longer available.
in Blitz, but I made my husband a not sock, stocking, Christmas stocking with it. And then I was like, I don't know, and I am gonna make this and just donate it because I don't know that anyone that would really wear this, but I think someone would enjoy it. So I don't love this big like blotching of colors.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I'm not sure if it was just how it worked with the decreases or what, but I'm not. That can just be the inside of the muscle burrow.
Right. Hopefully it doesn't do that on the other end.
Other end too, but I have a good bit left because I thought about just making like a regular hat and just using kind of these numbers and then, but I have a lot left and I'm not gonna use it for
up.
anything else. So
Yeah.
we'll use it and we'll donate it.
And if you super hate it and want to rip it out, I'll crank a hat on the Addy.
There you go.
I just gave the lady today my friend Lisa does the chemo care bags, and I gave her probably 20 some hats.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah, and they're pleased as punch to get them. All right, my next whip, which is a sock. LYS Day was technically 2 weeks ago, like April 26th. However, I was in Frederick, Maryland at a festival. So I did LYS Day this past Saturday, and I had dyed up, I should have grabbed the other one, but it's okay. I had dyed up 2 special yarns just for LYS Day. I have a few left over, but this was like the bright color. It's not, I don't know how to get our lighting, but it is not, it's pretty bright. Maybe that's not too bad. But this was the one color I dyed up. Pretty pleased with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did kind of a fallish one, like browns and some speckles of red and yellow, but I decided just to knit a sock. My friend Jenna she wrote a simple sock pattern. We have a lot of ladies that I was giving out the School of Sock pattern, and it's very detailed. Lots of pictures. If you're looking for a sock pattern on Ravelry, it's free. And I believe it's called the School of Sock, and it has pictures like how to do magic loop, but it's almost too much for some people. Like there's a lot of reading, a lot of instruction. So she just wrote up a simple sock pattern, one size. So I told her I would, test it for her. But I told her I don't know that I'm a very good tester because I've done so many socks that it's kind of intuitive.
Yeah, that you just know what you're doing.
I know
You're
what
not
I'm
actually
doing.
Reading the
No. And hers is for, 2 inches of rib, 7 inches. I didn't want to do that. I wanted shorty socks. So I did 1.5 inches of twisted rib, and then I did 5 rounds, and then I went right into the heel flap and gusset.
Oh, you did a heel flap and gusset.
I did. I like heel flap and gusset.
I like them too.
I like it.
I want to learn how to do toe up with a heel flap and gusset. That's my next thing.
I don't do toe up because I like to try it on.
Mm-hmm. I want to be able to use all the yarn though. That's the other point. That's why I want to use it.
And I am on a size 1 Addy. I think these are the Addy Rockets or the Addy Towers. I don't know, Addy needles.
Mhm.
I like the cord. I like the needles. I just taught a sock class, and I was talking to them about needles, and I said, obviously for a first sock class, I don't make them buy really good needles because they may not stick with it.
Yeah.
They may hate it. Some people hate socks. So I don't pressure them to buy expensive needles. These are, not that these are super expensive, but they're pricier than some of the needles I carry. So I start them out on cheaper needles and a little bit bigger. I use a 1 because I'm a loose knitter, but I usually put new people on a 1.5 or a 2. If they're super tight knitter, a 2, but if they're, somewhat tight, which most new sock knitters are pretty tight.
Because they're
'Cause
so
you're-
nervous.
Yeah, and you're like
cranking it.
pulling and, all the things.
Yeah.
But, and I think for myself, I keep trying this on, but I think for myself, I need to go to 60 inches. I have a narrow foot, and I
Mhm.
keep making socks with 64, and they're just a little bit sloppy.
I have started that too. I've went down to 60 and I'm questioning if I even need to go smaller.
I don't know. And I don't know if it's because I'm a loose knitter.
Yeah.
I mean, my feet aren't that skinny. I mean, they're not wide feet by any means, but I need to do another pair. I may actually do the second one in 60 and
Let's what you
see,
like. Yeah.
compare the two. Because I mean, they're for me. I like,
Mm-hmm.
if one sock's a little bigger than the other, who's going to know? But no, that's my other whip. And it's only because I needed like mindless car knitting So, and I told Jenna that I would test this for her, so. But I'm a pretty lousy tester because, but I read through the pattern. There were no glaring mistakes. She's a
Yeah.
very good little pattern writer.
So my next one is also with Lisa's yarn.
Isn't it funny?
And just the difference, and even on LYS Day, whenever we were all caking them up, it was amazing, the different colors. Just, different dye.
So these are
pans.
all the days, all the same dyes. I'm guessing this one, the yarn was a little wetter than this one because the colors bled a little more, and this one had some more that stayed white.
And this, mine's definitely brighter for sure. So this is an unnamed kind of design that I'm making with it.
Will you write it up eventually?
Yeah, I've been keeping track
Mhm.
and everything. So this is gonna be my first one. I may do it a little bit differently and see which one I like it before I officially
You may want to try like an I-cord edge.
I thought of that, but I just didn't know. Wasn't sure how to do that.
2 or 3 stitches at the end, you slip them working yarn in front
Okay, that's
on
what
both ends, like
okay.
when you start on both ends.
Ends. Okay, that's
Or
what
if you just want one end to kind of be your finished end and one to,
Yeah, I have just been slipping the first stitch on the wrong side. And then it has a little kind of garter with some yarn overs here, and then these garter ridges. I was debating on if I wanted to flip the whole thing and make it then stockinette with garter, but I don't think you'd see the stockinette areas as well.
right.
So I think I'm just gonna do it once I get to half of this, which I'm at 63, I think, when I
You're about
measured
halfway
grams.
there.
So I think when I get through this repeat, I'll do the middle and then go back to doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 till the end, or 5, 4, however many to the end.
Fun.
So that is gonna
It's really
be
pretty. Really
that.
pretty.
So it needs a name. We'll figure that out here once I decide what I actually like on it.
I'm thinking, go ahead. Okay.
I
Do
know,
you have any
so-
more?
No, not the only thing I have is my next thing that I just caked up today.
Okay. Dice roll. We rolled the dice last night. We got number 18. Oh, I have one more, like whip. Ashley and I did some spinning the other day. So this is fiber from Tamarack Farms. I got it at Floth in State College. Ashley and I are spinning we're gonna knit a Traveler
Traveler cow, I think.
cow.
Yeah.
So we each bought fiber. This is gold with gold sparkle, and there's some yellow and green in there. So yeah, I got back to my wheel a little bit, not much. I need more hours. I
Yes.
just need more hours. So we spun a little bit, but it's fun. I have a Louette S10 and Ashley has an E-spinner.
Yeah, I have the EEW 6.1. I have my first hank done. It is the Sweet Georgia yarn I did. I believe it's a Tarhi. And then I have the first half of the braid spun, and I started on, for the second half, I split it in half and am doing that. So I think that's fractal is what they call it.
I think so.
I'm not really sure. That's
I don't
just-
know. There's a lot of spinning words. I don't know.
It makes pretty things. So.
Yeah. And the way you break up the fiber, like if you want to keep your colors together,
Yeah.
or if you want them to kind of be more muted, that's
How?
what they're talking about when they,
Because some people will just take like the braid and knit the whole or spin the entire braid, which that can be a lot. I think just a lot of fiber trying to get across.
yeah, so you spin across rather than like splitting it down. I've never really done that. I've always split it
Yeah.
somewhat.
I think because then I get like down the side, and then you're pulling up other colors, and so but some people are like can very well keep it just across. I am not one of those yet.
Not there yet.
No.
Someday. So dice roll, we rolled number 18. I cheated. This is my list. I don't know if this is backwards or not. If it is, tell us if it's backwards.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I honestly, now that we go live, I haven't been rewatching them.
I did a few, but I've been really behind. I've just been. So it was a new cast on that I had for number 18. It was a stockinette tee. So I crossed it out and put Shandy because that's what I'm going to work on.
Yeah.
Like I need to just finish it. But we're still rolling the dice. People still seem to be having fun with it. So any acquisitions?
No acquisitions. no.
I have one, two. So I was at Frederick Fiber Fest, and it was probably a good thing I was by myself. So I had a few friends that came around and like would let me go to the bathroom, and I'd run through a building and be like, so this girl was my neighbor. So I was eyeballing this, and I bought some other things, but I gave them to my mom for her birthday. It was on Sunday. But this was my neighbor, and she was really sweet. Flock Fest Fibers. She was really sweet. We kind of, helped each other set up and visited. It was my first time ever at Frederick. It was huge. It was like Maryland, almost Maryland sheep and wool big. There were three buildings and then three big buildings, then two smaller buildings. I was in one of the smaller buildings, which I heard from other vendors wasn't a great building to be in. What do I know? It was my first time there. I had no expectations. I don't expect to be in a good building. Like, you pay your dues. These people have been going for years. So I guess I didn't have the foot traffic that other people did. I did fine. It was great. I met people, handed out business cards, sold a little bit. I'm good. But I bought this from her, and she calls it Perfect Fluffy Socks. Coordinating colors of sock yarn and enough fluff to hold with it for a pair of socks. Does not include pattern. Yarn details inside the label. But so there's like a mohair fluff, and then there's like 4 minis.
That's cool. And the minis all look like they're just a little different.
Yeah. So I'm guessing I'm just gonna knit socks. I eyeballed it. You're standing at these booths for, hours. And I was like, this was like the last one left. The last one in her basket. I was like, mine. I said, put that back. I'll be with you.
Have you ever knit socks with mohair?
No. This is my daughter. Anyhow, I'll be right back. I don't know what she wants. Hi, honey.
So I don't have an acquisition, but I
Why?
have a new cast on that I
All right,
just.
bye. I have an emergency.
Oh.
My grandson is injured.
Oh, no.
I have got to go.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Live.
Well-
I'm getting red. I'm going to cry.
Okay.
Okay, I have to go. There's an emergency with a grandkid.
All right. Well,
Bye.
Bye.
I'm sorry, Ash.
You're fine.